Learning how to love yourself when you were never really taught how. Nobody really teaches you how to love yourself. They'll tell you to do it, and they'll post these motivational quotes about it. They'll say things along the line of just be more confident. But they don't tell you what it looks like. And when you grew up criticizing yourself constantly, when you learn to shrink, when loving yourself feels unfamiliar for such a long time, just words aren't going to help. I thought loving myself meant thinking that I was or needed to be perfect at all times. It doesn't. It's not even close. It means sitting with yourself without wanting to escape. And yes, loving yourself is uncomfortable at first because it forces you to see everything. The insecurity, the jealousy, the overthinking, the parts of you that you'd rather ignore. But I want to make this very clear. Self-love isn't pretending that those parts don't exist. It's saying, I see you, and I'm not going anywhere. And a lot of us don't necessarily hate ourselves. We just don't protect ourselves the way we should. We let people talk to us crazy. We stay in situations that drain us for months and sometimes even years. We accept less than we deserve because we're scared of being alone. And that's not love. That's fear. To be able to truly love yourself means setting boundaries even when your voice shakes. It means choosing peace even if it disappoints other people. And here's the hard truth about that. If you don't love yourself, you'll look for someone else to do it for you. You'll chase validation. You'll chase reassurance. You'll chase attention. And when it leaves you, you'll feel completely empty. Because you handed someone else the job that was always yours to do. Loving yourself isn't loud at all. It's small decisions, day by day. Maybe it's going to bed on time, saying no, unfollowing what triggers you, and walking away from disrespect. It's discipline, it's forgiveness, it's accountability, or looking at your mistakes and saying, I messed up, but I'm still worthy of love. But there's also this grief that shows up. You grieve the kid you could have been if you were treated differently. You grieve the years that you spent trying to be enough for everyone else. But loving yourself now means that you stopped punishing yourself for what you didn't know then. And you don't just wake up one day and fully feel healed and confident. Like I said before, you build it every single day through hard conversations, through uncomfortable growth, through choosing yourself over and over and over again, even on the days that you don't feel lovable, especially on those days. And maybe loving yourself isn't about becoming someone new. Maybe it's about coming back to who you were before the world sort of told you that you weren't enough. And I want to make this very clear. You are not broken, and you are not too far behind just because you can't find love in yourself. You're just becoming aware. And awareness is uncomfortable. Because once you see the ways that you've abandoned yourself, you cannot unsee them. You start noticing when you laugh at things that hurt you, when you agree to things that exhaust you, when you accept treatment that makes you feel small. And that awareness can feel very heavy at first. But it's also powerful in a way. Because loving yourself doesn't mean that you suddenly just feel confident every day. There will still be mornings where you question everything, and nights where your mind won't slow down. There will still be moments where you miss people who weren't good for you. Self-love doesn't erase those feelings or points in time in your life. It just changes how you respond to them. Instead of spiraling out of control, you take a step back and you pause. Instead of chasing, you take a step back again and you breathe. Instead of blaming yourself, you reflect on the situation. And that shift is everything. That shift makes you stop needing everyone to understand you. And you sort of stop explaining your boundaries 10 times over again, or shrinking your opinions to avoid the tension. Because when you love yourself, approval stops being oxygen, and peace becomes the priority. There's also something kind of in the behind the scenes that happens. You start to trust yourself. You trust your gut, you trust your instincts, you trust your reactions. You don't have to second guess every emotion anymore. You don't gaslight yourself into thinking that you're too sensitive. And you start to realize that sensitivity doesn't make you weak, but aware. And again, awareness, when guided right, becomes wisdom. And with wisdom, you stop competing with timelines, with other people's success, with versions of yourself that only exist online. You realize that growth isn't linear. Some days you're strong, some days you're rebuilding. Both count just as much. But here's the part nobody really glamorizes. Loving yourself is very repetitive. It's choosing better over and over again. It's catching yourself when you fall into old habits. It's apologizing when you mess up. It's trying again the next day. And again, it's not one big breakthrough. It's small, consistent decisions that you make every second of the day. And there will be people who won't recognize you anymore. They'll say you've changed, and you have, because you don't react the same, you don't tolerate the same, you don't chase the same things. Growth looks like distance to people who preferred the old version of you. But you're not responsible for staying small so that others can feel comfortable. And at some point, you'll realize that loving yourself isn't about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to yourself, to the version of you that existed before the doubt, before the comparison, before you learned to criticize every flaw in your body. And I promise you this, that version of you is still in there, and still breathing, and still waiting for you to come back. And maybe, like we said, self-love isn't loud. But maybe it could just look something as simple as waking up and deciding you're not going to be your own enemy today. Or waking up and not scrolling on your phone. Something so simple. Deciding that you deserve effort. Deciding that you deserve patience. Deciding that you deserve respect, even from yourself. And the big thing that set me back, and I think I didn't fully realize at first, is you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be fully healed. You just have to stop fighting yourself. Because the world is already hard enough. And you don't need to be the voice that tears you down even more. But the one who builds you. Slowly, patiently, honestly. If you're still learning how to love yourself, good. That means you haven't given up. And that alone is proof that you're already growing. So start small, but make sure to start. Make sure to choose you every single time. Thank you all. Stay rolling.